Hey, have you ever had a client that you were running ads for and they got frustrated with getting leads that were outside of their service area? Maybe you have a system that qualifies the leads like I do. You use a booking bot or some lead qualification bot that will actually qualify these leads and ask qualifying questions, and you pass them to your clients only for them to say, well, that's not even in my service area. So is there any way you can only allow appointments for leads that are in my service area, or is there any way for you to qualify or disqualify leads based on service area? And for a long time, I didn't really know how to do that, and just recently I took some time to figure it out. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Justin. I run a digital marketing and automations agency called LeadBrain. I like to come on here and share lessons learned. As I solve problems, I like to share them with you. So this one in particular is quite a fruitful problem to solve because it solves a few things. Two things in particular. It could solve many more, but one of them is sending bad data to Meta or Facebook, right? So we fire the Facebook pixel, which sends conversion data to Meta so that anytime a new lead becomes qualified, we send them the data. Now, in the past, anytime we considered a marketing qualified lead anybody who had a name, phone number, email address, full street address, and a preferred callback time, we said that they were qualified. Now, that's not always true. Because if they were outside of our service area, we shouldn't be training the algorithm to go find more leads just like that. And by you firing that Meta pixel data all the way to Facebook and telling them that, you're sort of reinforcing bad behavior. So probably the most valuable thing that this solves is only sends pixel data whenever the lead is truly qualified. That means we have name, phone number, email address, full street address, preferred callback time, and they're in our service area, which is a dynamic question to answer. Another thing it does is maybe you want to only send qualified leads to your client and not unqualified leads. So that's up to you. In this case, I'm going to send all leads to the client just in case maybe they want to drive just outside of their service area if they're slow, or if it's out of season and they just want to go make some money. So here's how it works. New lead comes in. I'm going to keep this super high level with you, no pun intended. So new lead will come on in, and from there we'll go down and the bot is going to ask qualifying questions. I use Closebot to ask those name, phone number, email address, preferred callback time. From there we're going to use the sorry about that. We're going to use GPT 4.0. So we're going to use the GoHighLevel native function. You're not going to have to plug anything in. And we're just going to prompt it. And let me just remove that just so that it's kicking my butt. So I'm going to share the prompt with you here. You can copy it on the screen, or if you want me to send you the Google Doc, I'll put a link down below. If you put your email address in there, I'll send it to you. Now here, it's going to check for the service area, and it's going to respond whether the lead is qualified or unqualified. And from there, if it is qualified, we're going to do a few things. We're going to mark it as qualified. We're going to notify the client that it's qualified, and then we're going to fire the metapixel. Now, if it's not in the service area, it's going to mark it as unqualified or undetermined. And in my case, I'm still going to notify the client because I want the client to make the decision on their own. So what we're going to do from here is let's go ahead and create a workflow. So we're going to start from scratch, and let's call this service area. Now, whatever trigger you have for this workflow, it's up to you. In my use case, I typically qualify lead after I get the information that I told you about earlier: name, phone number, email, address, and preferred callback time. So if you wanted to put a trigger like, hey, once the address isn't empty, bring them in here. However you qualify your leads, I'm just going to leave the trigger empty for now. I'll let you decide how you want to trigger this workflow. But the most important part is the action. We're going to use the GPT powered by OpenAI. And from here, we're going to copy and paste a prompt that I have, and I'll read it here. I'll include this prompt down at the bottom. There'll be a link in the description if you want it. I'll send it to you. But basically, here's what it says. You're an intelligent assistant helping a business determine if a lead's location is within the service area. Use the following variables: lead address, which is going to be the address of the lead, which is going to be a custom, well, not even a custom value, a standard value inside of the contact. This may include partial addresses or just a zip code. So we're just warning ChatGPT that, hey, make a best guess. If you have enough information to make this guess, make the best guess with what you have. Business address. So I have a variable here. Actually, this isn't even a variable. This is the account's full address, right? Just for the sake of testing, I can, remove this and say, the business's address is 123 Main Street, Miami, Florida, 33196, right? And then service radius, we're telling the ChatGPT, hey, what is our service radius? Now, this is a custom value that I have set in my account, but just for the sake of simplicity and demo, I would say, 50 miles, right? I'm going to demo this just so you could see what it comes back with. So I'm going to remove this variable here, and I'm just going to I'm going to pretend like the lead came in, and the lead was at 14258 Southwest 152nd Street, Miami, Florida, 33196. Now, this should be inside of the service area because it has the same zip code and they're both in Miami, so presumably it's within 50 miles. So if it behaves the way we think it is when it returns its response, it should be qualified. Now, following on here, it says, hey, follow these steps. If the lead address is incomplete, interpret it as much as possible. Infer the city or from the zip code, like try to determine if it's in that area. Calculate the estimated distance between the lead's address and the business address. Compare the calculated distance to the service radius and respond with one of the following: qualified, not qualified, or undetermined. Only respond with one category from above and do nothing else, right? So that's just a way for us to get clean responses back so that we have the data we're expecting. Now we're going to go ahead and save that. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a conditional statement, and let's name this service area, and then let's name this yes. So we're going to look for that GPT response is, and we told it if it is in our service area, respond with qualified. You can have it respond with whatever it is you want. And then technically we can create another branch and say, hey, if it is no, or if it is unqualified, then say no. But here at this point, if it's unqualified or undetermined, I'm just going to mark it as unqualified or undetermined. Now, just by me naming that that branch, that word, that subject doesn't do anything. So we're going to actually program the actions here in a second. So now we have the ChatGPT function or the action. It's going to respond with qualified, unqualified, or undetermined. And then we have this if statement that says, hey, if it's qualified, go down this route. If it's unqualified, go down this route. So here we go. What do we want to do here? Let's go ahead and add a tag if it is qualified. And let's just say we want to add the tag qualified. And then maybe we want to notify the team. So we want to send an internal notification, an SMS to all users that just says new qualified lead. And this is just, an example that I'm putting together here pretty fast. You can put whatever you want in these notifications. And then maybe you want to fire a metapixel. Conversions API. That's what it is. Facebook Conversions API. We're going to say that it is a funnel event, new lead, and I don't know. Let's see. Do I have a... Yeah, I don't know if I can just put arbitrary data in here. It might scream at me. But essentially, we're telling the Facebook, okay, we got a new lead. We don't want to tell Facebook otherwise. We only want to tell Facebook when we get leads that we care about. And if you have a different funnel event, like qualified lead or appointment scheduled or whatever, you can change this conversion API. This isn't a video on the conversions API. I actually have another video in here showing you how I configure my conversions API. So that's it. On this side, we just want to add a tag that's qualified just so we can organize it in the CRM. Maybe you want to update an opportunity if you have a sales pipeline and you want to put them in the qualified stage. That's up to you. Then we have an internal notification telling the team, hey, you have a new qualified lead. And ultimately, we go ahead and fire that conversion data off to Meta so that we can go ahead and enrich our campaigns. Now, if it's unqualified, maybe I still want to notify the client. And I just copied that action here. And I get to say, hey, new potentially qualified lead outside of service area. I'm doing this live. It's probably not the best wording, but you get the idea. I'm still going to notify the client that, hey, a new lead came in, but it's outside of your service area. Maybe you want to contact them, maybe you don't. And at that point, we can save it. So Here, what we're going to do is we are going to test this workflow. And all I'm going to do is test it because I really just want to show you the response from OpenAI. The rest of this stuff I'm not really concerned with, but let's go ahead and just select a random contact and run the test. And because we got rid of all our variables in here and we hard-coded the addresses, it's not going to use any variables from the contact, but you would definitely want to come in here and add the variables in the document that I'll provide you. If you click the link below, I will put the variables in there so you can just copy and paste it inside of your account. So let's go over here to execution logs, and let's see. This is the action we're concerned with. So view details, it responded with qualified, right? Because we put that address that was a qualified address. It was near the service area. Now let's put an address in there that's not in the service area just so we can test this functionality, a little stress test. So let's say, let's make up an address. Let's see, 346 Stonebriar Court, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28376. So this is in North Carolina, which is the lead's address, and the business's address is in Miami. So this should be an unqualified lead. So let's see if it does what we think it's going to do. So let's go ahead and test the workflow again. Select a random contact, doesn't really matter. And let's go to execution logs. Looks like we're waiting on a response from GPT. There you go. We got the response. View the details. Not qualified. There you go. So we got a not qualified lead, so that would have sent it down this route right here, unqualified or undetermined. And so that's what we wanted to do. Now, at this point, you guys can make this workflow your own, but hopefully that was helpful. It was certainly helpful for me. It's been a long time coming. I should have solved this problem a while ago, but I just did now, and I shared it with y'all. So have a good day. If you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. If you give me feedback in the comments, or you want to see some other sort of content, or maybe you're trying to solve a problem in your business, put it down in the comments, and maybe I'll make some content around it. Have a good one. Bye.